here we go.
Welcome to the Super Wheeler Bros podcast. I'm Jake Wheeler.
I'm Mike Wheeler. Not Sleeping McGoo.
I wasn't sleeping.
I wasn't doing that.
By the time I snapped up from that, though, I was like, wait a minute, what was I supposed to say?
What was I supposed to do? What's the line again?
How do we open this thing up every week? How do I open this thing up every week?
Yeah, I was gonna say you're the motherfucking maestro.
Mm-hmm. I'm the intro outro guy.
Yeah, you are. Unless you're not on the video with me, and then I have to do it myself.
No, for the podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, mate.
Right.
That's a knife.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
That's a knife.
Oh.
Anyways.
Okay. I just knocked everything over.
So, our Bengals. I wanted to say something real quick.
No, that's cool. That's fine.
About
We can
the
talk
Bengals.
NFL for a minute.
So our last episode was the Cincinnati Bengals. For real, episode 83. This is episode 84. Welcome to episode 84.
Right.
I think it's 84.
I had no idea.
Anyway,
I'm just saying. Okay, never mind.
we talked majorly about.
We talked a lot about the Bengals last time. It was like a Bengal episode. Okay.
Yes, it was a Bengal heavy episode.
Gotcha.
And
So this
I
week
think
we're
we
not
got
gonna
it
do that.
answered about a minute into the fourth quarter. I was concerned about the Bengals, and then they drove down the field and got another nice touchdown pass to Tyler Eifert, who abused Cam Chancellor, Seattle's savior, all day, and then
He is pretty damn good, though.
Cam Chancellor's great, no doubt.
I think he's the best one on their defense.
He laid the wood to. Who was that he hit really hard? Was that Eifert?
I don't know.
He hit a couple guys
in the last
really
game,
hard.
He made a game saving, even though it shouldn't have been game saving because his teammate pushed it out.
Right.
Blah blah blah. Whatever. He made a game saving fumble
On the best receiver of the last 7 years.
on Calvin Johnson. So
Yeah.
guy who's got like just ridiculous grip strength and should have just held on to the ball, but
He was extending to go to the end zone.
I know what
he
he
was
was
trying
doing.
to make a hero play.
I know what he was doing.
But anyway,
Oh yeah.
so
Bengals.
Andy Dalton goes down and dives into the end zone. Then we're only down 3 points, and I'm like,
That was
oh
nice
shit.
because it was a QB sneak. Like it was just.
Well,
a
he
smart
called
play.
it, yeah.
Yeah. He saw it. He saw it was open, and he called it, and it was from like 5 yards out.
Yep.
You don't see QB sneaks making it all the way into the end zone from 5 yards out.
Not unless you're Cam Newton.
Yeah. And not even a lot.
Who's Cam Newton? And Cam Newton's like a brick shithouse.
Yeah, that's why.
So.
But even he doesn't do it a lot.
No.
Yeah.
But there's.
He's a brick shit house, and he's fucking athletic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Andy's decently athletic, but he's not athletic.
There's big-ass quarterbacks
Yeah.
that couldn't do that because they're not athletic enough.
Definitely.
Anyway.
So then our defense, who did a number on Russell Wilson, he only had 3 rushes for 21 yards, right?
They did a really good job containing
Very
him.
good job.
They
They didn't contain Beast Mode Jr. or
No, they
whatever that
didn't.
dude was. He crushed.
Mini beast mode.
Yeah.
Rawls or whatever his name
Yeah.
is.
Thomas Rawls, or I can't remember his name. He
He's a
did.
rookie,
He
whatever.
did amazing.
Yeah, he did. A lot of it was bad tackling.
Yeah.
Like on that one really long
Reggie
run,
Nelson and Michael Johnson
trying
both.
to strip the ball instead of
That
trying
was,
to tackle him.
that was bad.
Yeah.
And then Andy Dalton did make a very bad play before the end of the half, and he knows he made a bad
That
play.
interception.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was just a bad throw.
That's pretty much what I said. I was like, it's just a bad throw.
I can
All the way through.
see. I can.
If he would have thrown it over farther in the end zone,
Yeah.
it would have been his receiver or nobody.
Right.
The problem is that his receiver sat down and he tried to throw it right to him when he should have thrown it over here and made his receiver go get it.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
There's nobody over there.
I can deal with bad throws. I can't deal with poor decisions.
Yeah.
That's what drives me crazy. Because last year he had 19 touchdowns and 17 interceptions.
Yeah, most of his.
That's bad.
How many interceptions does he have?
2.
2? Both of them, yeah, because I remember the other one. Both of them have just been bad throws, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not necessarily a bad decision.
it was, Might not have been the best decision. Obviously, there was at least a guy close enough to intercept.
He was double teamed.
But if he would have thrown those balls in the right spot, they wouldn't have been intercepted.
I just like
at
that
the very least, they wouldn't have been intercepted.
He wasn't really afraid to attack Richard Sherman.
No, you can tell he is confident in everything he does. That's the one thing that I'm cool with. If he's gonna play, at least don't be timid. Just play, be confident. Know that if you make a mistake, you can come back.
That throw to Eifert to get him on the 20, that was awesome.
What about the throw for the second touchdown that was taken away?
Oh yeah, that was a great pass.
Great throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, holding call.
AJ burnt the shit out of that dude 2 plays in a row.
Yeah.
So
Richard Sherman got burnt on some of them, but I mean, he's,
AJ never got behind Richard Sherman, but he caught a few balls in front of him.
Yeah.
So
there was one he had.
The slant where he shook him at the line and got him.
Yeah, that one was nice. That one was towards the end, and the one that was at the beginning of the game.
He got
him on a comeback.
Yeah,
like,
14-yard
bad
comeback
on that.
Yeah.
Talking about juking somebody at the line, did you see who was it? Was it Danny Woodhead? No. Was it? Or no, it was someone on the Patriots. Was it Amendola? Or Edelman?
You mean when they went for that bomb that Tom Brady threw?
I don't remember who it was. It might not even been the Patriots. I can't remember who it was. I thought it was I don't know who it was. Somebody shook the shit out of somebody at the line.
It was probably Julian Edelman or
Yeah.
Danny Amendola if it's on the Patriots.
I'm pretty sure it was it was either I remember it was a white wide receiver because I remember thinking like, damn, when he did it. He literally just made like a quick move this way and then back that way, and the dude was just like, just fell over.
God.
Like,
he got him on skates.
yeah, it was fucking hilarious. So he got hit with a quick slant. I don't remember who it was though.
Oh, that was definitely Amendola.
I think it was.
So,
yeah.
Man, Tom Brady got punished in that game and still dropped 30 and went crazy on Dallas.
Right.
Because what's his face, Greg Hardy was talking all kinds of shit. Of course, if Tony Romo and Des Bryant are healthy, it's probably a different game. But
yeah, it's not even.
I don't think they would win anyway. But
no.
Fucking Steelers. That's the first time I've said fuck today so far. That's pretty good.
Oh,
it's not bad.
It's not the first time I've said fuck today.
Oh, okay.
Well, I didn't say fuck, but now I've said it a couple times.
Yeah. Anyway, we're ebbing the flow of it, but goddamn
Steelers.
Michael Vick.
How about Michael Vick can still make the plays? He looked horrible.
He looked like fucking Tim Tebow.
Yeah, he looked horrible the whole game, and then when they get down a touchdown,
did you hear?
He stood in there and took a shot on that.
Did you hear the story behind that?
No.
Roethlisberger drew that play up on the sideline.
Oh, really? He's a smart quarterback. And then, but when he made the Michael Vick like plays, when they needed yards still to even be in field goal range, let alone scoring a touchdown to come back. And he makes that run, Michael Vick run. I mean,
and Le'Veon Bell makes the play to win the game.
Which, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Le'Veon Bell, but my God, how did the Chargers let that happen? They were falling over each other trying to tackle him. Like, all they had to do was...
He just ran into the back of everybody, but he was so patient, he didn't fall, and he just fell into the end zone.
He was just like... He literally was just like almost falling over them because they were just like falling over each other.
Yeah.
Someone had his leg. Like, all they had to do was, contain, move the whole line that way. Because there was like 3 or 4 guys trying to tackle him over there. They all just fell.
Yeah. He's a beast, though.
No, he is Bell's a beast. I mean, obviously they trusted him because...
He might be the best running back in football overall.
Did you hear Mike Tomlin? Yeah, that's what they were saying, too. Did you hear Mike Tomlin say after the game, he was like, I thought I would have had time to call a timeout anyway, so it doesn't
Did he
matter.
think so?
Yeah, no, he wouldn't have.
No, he got it. His time expired.
I mean, maybe if he would have gone and fallen down right away and not gotten it, but he was... By the time he was in the end zone, no, he wouldn't have had time.
But if they don't win that game, they're fucked.
Yeah.
They would have been 3 games behind the Bengals.
Are now.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. They would have been fucked. They would have been wild card only, which sucks because that would have been... We pretty much would have had the division won. I mean, obviously they have to win more games.
Bengals still have a really tough schedule, but so do the Steelers.
Yeah, but no. I'm just saying if the Steelers would have lost that game, the Bengals... It
would have been hemmed pretty tight.
The Bengals would have been...
They would have had to fuck up the rest of the season.
Yeah, obviously mathematically it wouldn't have been locked, but I mean...
They would have had to play really bad.
Well, yeah.
So
somebody would have had to have gotten hurt or something, which is a possibility.
Here's the question for you, because you and I have been ardent Andy Dalton criticizers. Is it time to say about Andy Dalton, I'm not going to throw out the word elite, but
No.
has he taken that next step?
No.
Is he up there with
No.
the main guys?
No.
The way he's been playing?
No.
Even though he leads the league in passing yards, has the second best passer rating, second best QBR.
You know,
Tied for second in
my
touchdowns.
only problem with Andy Dalton is I've seen this from him before.
Not like this.
Not like this. He has been better, but that doesn't matter.
This has been 5 straight good games.
I'm leaving him off. I'm laying off of him completely until that first primetime game comes, and then I want to see how he plays in that. Even though it's a Thursday night game against the Browns at home. So, come on.
Well,
That shouldn't even be hard for you.
after what he just did against the Seahawks in the fourth quarter, being down by 17
Yeah,
points.
that was great.
No, I'm just saying that should be a cakewalk.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, it should be a cakewalk. We'll see what happens. Because it's prime time, and we all know how he's never had a good primetime game. I think he's had like one decent primetime game.
Well, like I said, we've been told numerous times when we said Andy Dalton's never won a primetime game. No, he beat the Eagles once upon a time.
Yeah, but I don't think... I think he had a decent game. I saw the stats recently, and I feel like it wasn't even... It was just like an okay game.
Well, what's been impressive about him is he hasn't gotten anything out of Jeremy Hill at all.
He hasn't. He's
Although
been awful.
Giovanni
And
Bernard,
Gio hasn't
though,
been great either, but he's been at least okay.
he's been pretty darn good. I mean, he had 15 carries for 80 yards against Seattle, believe it or not.
I mean, I know. I'm just saying he hasn't. We haven't seen greatness from either one. We haven't seen anything.
One
from Jeremy
100-yard game out of Gio,
Hill. Yeah.
and that was against Baltimore.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like every time Jeremy Hill gets the ball, he just has nowhere to go. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It doesn't look like they're... Maybe it's because Gio is smaller and he can dip in between those holes a little bit.
I just feel like they're not blocking well, and Gio hits the hole faster. So
I don't feel like Jeremy's being very decisive.
No, he's not. He's trying... Well, because I feel like last year he had more blocking, and he was able to pick the spots and run.
He ran
stuff.
like Le'Veon Bell runs.
Yeah. So
which is just slow and then hits it.
Yeah. So I don't know why... I just... Every time... Not every time, but half the time he gets the ball, it's like there's somebody like in his face already. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean...
All right. I think I'm with you. I think I'm going to hold off, but
I'm completely holding off on.
I am a fan of what Andy Dalton has done so far. I'm a fan of his demeanor.
He plays like this all the time and has this kind of confidence and demeanor, and
he has all the ability in the world.
Makes smart decisions. Because I mean, he's never gonna have the best arm in the league, but if he plays smart, like I know he can.
I'm amazed with his over 20-yard passing this year.
Yeah, it's been a lot better.
Night and day.
Yeah, it really has. This seems like where he should be after his first season or two in the NFL.
Do you know what they said?
That was my biggest problem with him. Is his first season, I was like, oh my god, this guy's awesome. Like I loved him because he was the complete opposite of Carson Palmer.
Right.
And we needed that.
Who's crushing right now?
Who's crushing right now? Yeah. But I mean, at the time, Palmer around here anyway, I feel like was known for having a good arm, but just making really, really dumb decisions all the time.
Which he still does from time to time.
Yes, he still does. Andy Dalton, his first year in, didn't have as good of an arm, but he made smart decisions.
He game managed very well.
Yeah, and then the second season, I feel like he did it at least pretty well.
He did.
And then
season
last
3
seasons,
and season 4 were bad.
It's just gone downhill. He just makes stupid decisions, and his arm looked worse. Like it looked like his accuracy went down.
Yeah.
So this year he's making smart decisions again. His arm looks even better. I think he just has more confidence. I think he's like, okay, I can do this. I know I can.
Plus Marvin Jones and
that obviously helps. I mean,
Tyler Eifert being back is huge.
Having all three wide receivers healthy, and then having your good tight end in because fuck
Tyler Eifert, man.
Yeah,
that dude's awesome.
And having both of your running backs in there, even though one of them hasn't been doing that great.
Yeah, he's got a full complement of guys.
I mean, I think Giovanni Bernard is also helped out by the fact that Jeremy Hill is in there, like, punching him in the mouth, maybe not getting very many yards. And then all of a sudden Jeremy Hill comes in, and it's like, holy shit. Like,
yeah, Gio, he's a little blur in there.
Then Gio comes in after Jeremy Hill, and it's just like, holy
he's
shit.
good at catching passes out of the backfield, and he's actually really good in pass protection. Mm-hmm. So that's a good thing. The only thing that concerned me a little bit about the game, besides a couple stupid decisions by, a couple players, was they got to Andy Dalton a lot.
Yeah, they did.
I think 4 or 5
offensive line was not good. And their defense.
But their
needs
defense
to learn how
is.
to tackle.
Yeah. But.
And the run game more than anything else.
Granted,
because they cannot tackle.
Actually, they've been run on a lot.
I know. Their run defense has been horrible.
Yeah.
Because they can't fucking tackle running backs.
The only guy they have in a linebacking core that can tackle is Malaga. Mm-hmm. That's it. I mean, AJ Hawk sometimes.
If Burfict came back,
yeah,
it was healthy, it would be
if he was Burfict
great.
from 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Well, he hasn't been healthy since then.
Nope. So.
If that dude can come back and stay healthy, their defense will be nasty. He'll make that much of a difference because he was their best defensive player.
Yeah. You know who I think the unsung hero of the game was Pac-Man. Pac-Man Jones.
Yeah, he made that interception. He got that bullshit call on him for the
Yeah.
punt return.
But the one punt return that when they had nothing going and he got them up around the 40 and they scored that touchdown to Tyler Eifert to get them started at the beginning of the fourth quarter, that was the change of momentum there.
That one, though, one where they called that
I thought he just deked him. And that's what he did.
No, I think they were right when they said it was a little bit of gamesmanship. That's what it was.
Yeah, he deked him.
I don't know what the fuck deked is.
Deked, I mean, it's what second basemen or whatever do when they act like they catch a ball to stop a runner from running or, anything. It's gamesmanship. It's exactly what it is.
All he did was, because the rule is, if you're going to call a fair catch, you got to be like this. It's got to be above your shoulder. Your hand has to go.
Yeah, he just went like this real quick.
So the guy's coming at him, barreling down on him. He just goes like this. Like, he lifted his hand up like he was going to, real quick, put it back down. And
he's like, nah.
And got it and ran. It was bullshit. It wasn't, not even a little bit.
Yep.
Did he call for a fair catch?
Nope.
Well, I mean, a little bit, but I mean.
Although, when he got upset, he could have got called for a penalty for taking his helmet off, too. So.
I know. Well, the thing is, my question about it was, if the guy didn't fall for it and the guy just crushes him, would they have called a penalty on him for hitting somebody that called a fair catch?
Judging by the letter of the law that they did call the penalty, they should have called a penalty.
They wouldn't have, though. I don't think they would have.
Yeah,
I think him going like, because they didn't call it till after he already ran. I mean, well, obviously I know that's the rule, but I mean, I feel like they would have. I don't think they would have.
Yeah, I don't know. They were blowing whistles, but
I don't
know how quick it was.
I think they just decided to call it after that. Because the guy laid off of him, they called it, is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of like, what the,
Right.
So that's what I don't know. Doesn't matter, though.
Never know.
Bengals look good. They're impressive. It was awesome.
Happy with the Bengals. They play the Bills, and then they have a bye week. Mm-hmm. So, and the Bills are not going to be a easy game.
No, they're pretty decent.
They're not Seattle.
No, they're not great. Well, I mean, Seattle's 2-3. Should be 1-4.
But Seattle's a better team.
Maybe. Their offense just sucks.
Seattle played a bunch of pretty decent teams.
And I feel like their offense, all they have is Russell Wilson and then Marshawn Lynch.
That's the problem right now. Russell Wilson's doing it by himself.
Yeah, they have nobody in the passing game except for Russell Wilson.
And they can't get the ball to fucking Jimmy Graham. What is that?
Yeah. I don't know.
He's the best player on their offense, by far.
I don't know, man. Maybe that's because
doesn't matter.
People just take him out of the game and they don't have anybody else.
You know what, though? Doesn't fucking matter because I'm so happy that we beat the Seahawks. I'm so happy. You notice Richard Sherman hadn't been talking a lot of shit this year.
Yeah, because they suck.
Ha-ha.
Ha-ha.
Anyways, there's...
Legion of ha-ha.
Legion of ha-ha.
Losing that fucking Super Bowl is the downfall of that team.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck a dynasty.
Fuck yo dynasty, motherfucker.
I hate Pete Carroll, too.
Yeah, he's a douche.
He just looks like a douche.
He does.
All right. That's enough fucking football. We literally got on there. We're not going to take this a Bengals episode. Last week was the Bengals episode. What was that, like 20 minutes?
Yeah, I'll probably make that a podcast short then, so we can also talk about the Bengals by itself. If you want to hear sports talk.
That's fine.
And only sports talk.
I say we can mention...
Let's mention the small stuff first. How about that?
This right here.
Daredevil?
Daredevil teaser was out.
I got me a Daredevil shirt. Do you want to watch the teaser or do you just want to talk about it?
We can just talk about it because the first minute and 35 seconds is literally no new.
It's like a 30-second sizzle.
Yeah.
Teaser.
It starts at 1:35.
Yep.
Anyway, so yeah, if you want to go check it out yourself.
You can get it on YouTube. It's in full HD. You just go on YouTube and type in Daredevil sizzle reel.
There's a minute and 35 seconds of stuff from season 1.
Right.
And they flash, season 2 coming soon.
Yep.
And then you see a very brief glimpse of Elektra.
Putting a mask over her mouth.
Mask over the bottom of her
and
face.
her name is Elodie Young. The only place I really remember seeing her was in G.I. Joe. What was the second one called? Retaliation. Is that right?
Yeah. Who was she in that?
She was Jinx.
Jinx.
Yes. So she was the one that was training with Snake Eyes at the beginning when the fucking RZA is telling Snake Eyes how awesome he is. RZA was the blind dude, the blind master.
She the one that I know who RZA
on the
was.
mountain with Snake Eyes.
She was on the mountain with him. She was one in that cool ass mountain fucking sword fight.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
That was. So and she was kind of dressed like Elektra. Wasn't she wearing like red and that?
A little bit, yeah. I thought she was really good in it, but
okay. Auditioning maybe for Daredevil back then. Mm-hmm. In another movie.
Yep. Continue on. You are doing a great job describing the trailer.
Well, I mean, the only other thing you see little brief shots of all the characters that will be returning.
Our previous characters, yes.
And then you see a glimpse of a man walking from behind. It looks like in a hospital, maybe. I don't know where the fuck he is.
Right.
It's Frank Castle, the Punisher, John Barenthal, and you don't really see his face. You see they show somebody looking at like an X-ray of a skull. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, it looked like the Punisher skull.
To indicate Punisher. Mm-hmm. And then you hear him say one word. Which is...
He's like, beg.
Meg. No, Meg.
He said beg.
Just kidding. Somebody made a joke on one of the things I was reading about.
Meg.
No, it's actually Peter doing an impersonation on blah, blah, blah episode of
Meg.
Or he's saying he's going to kill Meg, or he goes, Meg. No, he says beg.
He says beg.
Beg. So, he's telling somebody to beg. I mean, he's the Punisher.
I can't tell you how excited I am, because I just think he's going to be fucking ferocious. That's something he does very well.
He's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be sweet. I'm excited.
If you look at every movie he's ever been in, he plays a psychopath very well.
I bet he is in love with the fact that he gets to be the Punisher too.
Oh yeah,
he's like, this is the best fucking superhero. He's like, I get to be a badass, just torturing machine, killing machine.
Yeah, dude, I get to be, a dude that would call Shane a pussy.
Yeah, I get to be a dude that is just like a person, but he's just badass.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's gonna be any popsicle torture scenes in this one.
No. Although that was really funny.
Yeah.
But come on.
The movie was not bad. It wasn't good. It mostly wasn't good because of John Travolta. And
oh, come on.
No, I'm sorry. He wasn't good in it. And
the movie wasn't good because of John Travolta and because
the plot was dumb.
The plot was dumb.
That fucking fire hydrant bullshit. I mean,
the fire hydrant bullshit. But I could have dealt with all that. I honestly didn't like the parts where he's like, you need to take out 3 characters out of that movie, basically.
Oh, you didn't like any of the guys in the apartment?
Mm-mm.
You'd not even Ben Foster?
No, they were fine.
It just didn't fit.
It's just that, it's the Punisher. The Punisher doesn't need to be fucking eating dinner with these people and like, no.
Yeah, that Russian scene was cool though.
Yeah, it was cool, but they didn't need to be involved in it.
Yeah.
It would have been better without them in it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's funny at the end when he breaks in there or they bust through the wall. It's like, holy shit. And he's singing during it. Like,
and it's just so funny. We stand at the bottom of the steps and he's like, I'm fine. He's not.
Yeah. No, I mean, the movie was fine. I mean, it wasn't great. It was all right. But it wasn't a good Punisher movie.
No.
That's why I always said that they needed to take a little bit from what was the bad second one they made?
Warzone.
They needed to take a little bit from Warzone. They needed to move, like, here's the spectrum. They needed to move Warzone down a lot towards the first one and then move that up a little bit towards Warzone and meet there somewhere, and that would have made a good Punisher movie.
Yeah, like Dirty Laundry.
Yeah. Which is pretty much what that would have been. Dirty Laundry was, good.
Mm-hmm. That little 10-minute short.
This will probably be where it needs to be.
Well, the first season of Daredevil was amazing.
Yeah.
Especially the first 8 episodes. Then it waned a couple, and then it got going back again.
Yeah.
So it's pretty awesome. So
the scene that sold me and a lot of other people on that show was the fucking fight in the hallway. Or in the hallway and in all the rooms. That was just badass.
That That was in episode 2.
Yeah, it was a badass fight, and it was just like, what an awesome way to shoot it.
Straight old boy style.
Oh, it was just fucking badass.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm excited.
That whole scene, I kind of like his suit, his ninja suit better.
Yeah, but he needs the Daredevil suit.
I know, but it was just really cool.
It protects him a little bit, so it makes it a little more...
Yeah, because he was getting fucked up all year.
Fucked up. He was super fucked up. He almost died like 3 times.
Yeah. Thank God for Rosario Dawson.
Yes, thank God for Rosario Dawson.
For many, many, many ways.
Yes. Thank you, God, for Rosario Dawson. Thank you for putting her on this earth.
Thank you for putting her in Clerks 2 where she did that dance to ABC.
Thank you for putting her in Sin City and Alexander.
Yeah, she's one of the few reasons to watch both of them.
I like Sin City.
The first Sin City?
Yes, the first Sin
is
City.
Decent. The second Sin City actually is decent as well.
I like the first Sin City a lot. The second one's decent.
The first Sin City had...
She is the only reason to watch Alexander.
Yeah.
Unless you're into wanting to see Colin Farrell schlong.
And him leer at Jared Leto.
Swinging through his... Was it Jared Leto?
Yeah.
Swinging through his legs there.
That's a dick double. He had a dick double.
Maybe it was. I don't give a shit, though.
Yeah.
I don't need to see it if it's his or a dick double.
For show.
What were we saying?
He was like a fucking broom.
Yeah. The old people in front of us in the theater were like kind of looked up like, oh my god, why are we in here?
Why did we do this?
It's still the only movie I've ever seriously contemplating getting up and walking out of.
Yep. We would have if we had conversed. We were just in shock and awe.
Yeah.
What are we watching?
The only other one I even kind of thought
Drag
about
Me
it
to Hell.
Was what?
Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah, Drag Me to Hell. But I was like, maybe it'll get better.
Mine was the same thing for Cabin in the Woods.
See, I didn't see that in the theater, so had I seen that in the theater, but I was watching it for free at home. I was like, fuck it, I'll leave it on. Gotta see what happens.
Mm-hmm. You got to see the merman. That was the stupidest fucking thing ever. Anyway, so Daredevil Season 2 is coming soon.
Yeah.
This is some interesting shit that I did not expect, which was...
No, I didn't expect this at all.
We got the Hulk is going to return, actually.
Sooner
very soon, thought. Yes, in Thor Ragnarok, which sort of supports the theory that maybe there's going to be a Planet Hulk. Don't know.
Maybe.
Or maybe they're just integrating some of that story into this one. Because this is apparently supposed to take place on a different planet. Is that right?
Other than Asgard and Earth.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I think that's what I said. So yeah, there's a chance that it might happen in the... But my thing is it's going to happen... I feel like it would have to happen... I don't know, though, because... I don't know. At this point, it's kind of hard to fit it in now in between Thor and Infinity Wars. And you would think that the Hulk would be needed for Infinity War, right? So... It would be kind of hard to fit, unless they just want to do Planet Hulk and then they bring Hulk home to do, like, oh, we need your help for Infinity War.
Yeah, maybe.
And there's no World War Hulk, which is what happens after Planet Hulk. So that seems to be the only way they'd be able to do that, unless they did it, like right after Infinity War, he became, I mean, I guess they could do it that way. Right after Infinity War, he just becomes crazy again.
Yeah.
And they send him, or they have to stop him. But the reason that... I don't know. I feel like there's no reason to do a Planet Hulk movie unless everybody else sent him away.
Yeah.
Because then he has to come back. Well, then again, unless you're not going to have him come back. Because that's almost the big payoff to me, is the fact that he gets off that planet and he comes back like, fuck you guys. Told you not to make me angry.
I thought
now
we were boys.
See. Now you're going to see.
You think Black Widow would be able to play with his hand a little bit?
Boom. You sent me off too.
Did you watch the deleted scenes at all?
Not really, no.
There's that scene gets extended where he basically tells Black Widow, like, I'm not like you. I'm not the real monster. You are a real monster because lives mean something to me,
Yeah.
not to you. And she
Mark
was
Ruffalo tells her that?
yeah, and she was basically like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. So it got a little frosty after it got real heated, you know. So it was a very interesting
What scene was that?
It's basically the exact same scene, except for
But they talk a few times, so which one was it?
in the bedroom when
When they're
she's talking about I should have joined you in the shower.
Guys.
Yeah. And at the end, he goes, right at the end, after she looks at him like, really?
Yeah.
That's a pretty fucked up thing to say to me. And then she just goes, I gotta get a shower. And he goes, the water's cold. And Black Widow's just like, no shit. And then shuts the door and slams it on him.
Shit?
Yep. Like, no shit, dumbass. We just talked about how the water's cold.
Oh. Did they just talk about the water's cold?
Yeah. But it was just like, okay, fine. You want to be like that? I can be like that too. I can be pretty frosty.
Frosty. So frosty.
But yeah, it was kind of cool. But
I think this is a good move considering Thor has been the weakest of the solo franchises.
yeah, which kind of sucks because I really enjoyed both movies.
No, I like them both.
But you're right. They're definitely not
weakest.
as good as Cap or Iron Man for sure.
Especially Cap 2. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. Both Thor movies are better than Iron Man 3, though.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
I really like Iron Man 3. I don't care. I really like it.
I mean, the only reason to watch that is Robert Downey Jr. He almost makes up for it enough to be better than both Thor movies.
Did you see
the ending? If the ending wasn't so bad, I'd be fine with it. But
yeah, that's my biggest complaint.
Bad. Oh yeah, I'm over the Mandarin thing. That would have made it a lot better had that not been in it. But no, I'm more like the ending was just fucking stupid.
It was really cool until the very end. The very end.
I wouldn't say it was really cool. It was cool.
I mean, the Iron Legion fighting, man, that was cool.
Yeah. The best action scene in the movie
Was you had the plane sequence.
The plane sequence was the best action scene.
The Malibu house destruction.
Well, that was just those were cool, but the best action scene was when he's breaking into the fucking Mandarin thing.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was cool. But
when he had no suit.
yeah, just using little things like shocking the shit out of people.
And then when he's breaking out of the complex too.
Yeah, he had like one hand and one
leg.
boot. Then it finally starts catching up to him.
Wait, no. Yeah. Dink. Yeah. It's, I don't know. It's definitely, I'm excited for the next Thor because I really like that character. I thought Chris Hemsworth has made him like really cool.
Oh yeah, he's perfect for it. He's been great. It's not his fault.
Yeah.
I mean, at all. And it's weird because he has the best villain out of all of them. So, but that's what's made the movies at least even good is him and Tom Hiddleston. So
yeah, I feel like they talked a lot about having Loki be the one like pulling Ultron's strings.
Yeah, and I've heard that, but
they cut it out because they didn't want
him to be the only fucking villain, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean you can't go that route. So
I mean, you could have, but why?
Yeah.
Wouldn't have really made sense.
We've defended Age of Ultron many times anyway, so we don't really need to get into that. It was a lot better than the way the public perceived it. That movie was awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
So
I liked it. It was better than Thor 1 and 2 and Iron Man 3 anyway.
And Iron Man 2.
And Iron Man 2.
And yeah. Maybe. Cap 1's really good.
I mean, Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers are all better for sure.
Yeah.
And Iron Man 1.
But maybe just those four.
Yeah.
When you think about it. Because it's better than Incredible Hulk, too.
Ant-Man.
It's better than Ant-Man.
Yeah, but Ant-Man's probably right there after that.
Mm-hmm. Ant-Man's really good.
Yeah. I'd say Captain America. Why are we ranking the fucking movies?
I don't know. Anyways, you'll get to see Mark Ruffalo back, though there's no telling exactly how much he's going to be the Hulk.
Or how much will be Mark Ruffalo.
Or how much he'll be Mark Ruffalo. He'll be Bruce Banner quite a bit.
I mean, he's technically both.
Yeah. Mark Ruffalo, Bruce Banner, and the whole.
He does do the mocap.
Yeah.
So.
But there's no telling exactly what's going to happen, but that was pretty cool news, I thought. So
Yeah, that came out of nowhere. Wasn't expecting that.
Not at all. So here we go. We're going to get into the meat and potatoes, and if we have time at the end, there's a couple of cool video game launch trailers, which we probably won't have time for, but if we do, great. So I know how much Jake doesn't like talking about games that he hasn't played yet, so we'll probably save those for another time. Walking Dead came back this past Sunday, so the first thing we're going to do is talk about Fear the Walking Dead.
Yes.
Which concluded.
Which I finally watched.
Yes, and Jake finally watched it. So he's only a week behind Fear the Walking Dead anyway, so we're fine.
Yeah.
But Fear the Walking Dead, how did you feel that wrapped up? I've kind of gave my piece a little bit, so I want to hear what you have to say.
I mean, I liked it. I mean, is it as good as the original Walking Dead? No, but of course it's not gonna be. I mean,
it's not remotely the same.
Yeah, it's not the same thing, and you haven't been with these characters for 5 seasons. So,
yep.
Of course it's not going to be the same thing.
Pros and cons?
Did you think, when you started watching The Walking Dead, that you'd think any of those characters were like that badass? As badass do you think Rick and maybe Daryl is now? Did you think...
Just Shane. I thought Shane was a badass from the beginning, but he also went off the fucking deep end.
Right, so you didn't think Rick would be like, holy shit.
No, I thought Rick was a great protagonist because he was relatable. Right. And now he's not even remotely the same dude.
Well, yeah. Which, you're going to have to do that. So what I'm saying is, like, people need to give these characters a chance too. I thought it was interesting, spoilers obviously, that in when the one army guy shoots the daughter, I can't remember any of their names. And
the daughter.
Oh
yeah, sorry. In the final episode.
The final episode, yeah, when he shoots what's his name?
The guy from the faculty, Sean Hattasey.
Right, he shot
no, not Liza. What the fuck is her name?
What was her last name? Ramirez, something like that.
Salazar. Daniel Salazar's daughter.
Yeah, he shot Salazar's daughter. And and then the fucking I can't
Travis.
Remember their names. Travis fucking tackles him, beats him
finally
to death. I mean,
well, that guy betrayed his trust because he let him live.
Yeah, he betrayed his trust, and he shot a young girl. So, and he's literally beating him to death. I mean, he punches.
Yeah, he's done.
Well, obviously he's not gonna. He might not have been dead right there. Like he didn't. Smash his brains in the ground.
But they did just let out about a bajillion zombies.
Yeah, and his face was like he wasn't moving for hours. So.
Yeah, he was fucked up.
Yeah, he would have died without medical attention. Anyway, so he beats him to death. That was awesome. So you can see maybe he has the potential to be a little crazy. Plus, I like that guy. He's a good actor.
Yeah, Cliff Curtis is awesome.
And then you never know what's going to happen with their kids. The one, they had to shoot his wife or his ex-wife in the end. Like, that was fucking
Liza.
crazy.
Yeah, but, to be perfectly honest with you, I thought that was kind of a cop-out. Of all the people, like, first of all, she got on my nerves anyway, so it was kind of fine. The cop-out was Nick. I was kind of hoping he would die. Yeah. That kid fucking gets on my nerves now.
You don't like Stannis Baratheon's kid?
No. Not at all.
That's who that is. That's his son.
Yes, I know.
But anyway,
Stephen Delane's son. Yes.
I don't know. I mean,
Tom Riddle.
His character could end up being interesting. Who knows?
Ophelia was her name.
I didn't like some of the characters in Walking Dead that I ended up liking. So.
Yeah. Well, Herschel at first got on my nerves too.
Right,
so
we'll see. The one dude, the black dude, what was his name?
Strand. That's who I was trying to look for.
He's
Strand.
fucking interesting.
Very.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on with him.
I don't know about him.
I don't know if you should trust him or not. I don't know what.
I would say don't trust him.
But anyway, I think that it has potential to move forward into a season 2. I'm curious to see where it goes. Basically.
Yeah, I thought the last episode was great. The very last episode was great. There was a lot of implausibilities about it, like how they moved around really, really well in that compound, and they found Nick pretty easily just in time. And Liza's like all of a sudden running in with her little card, like, yeah, I got you. You know, it was just like all convenient. But
well, yeah, I mean, but
I have minor complaints about it. You know,
shit like that's happening in Walking Dead anyway.
Kim Dickens. I don't know. There's some internet theory like she's going to become like the governor, but that doesn't matter. The best part about
what a lot of people didn't when they talked about on the Talking Dead with that is nobody pointed out the fact that she has a southern accent. She has a southern accent kind of in the show, and it's in California, so
yeah, she's not from there is basically what they're saying.
So they're like, well, what's that all about? There's people like, all of a sudden she's gonna call it, let's go visit my cousin Rick Grimes in Atlanta. But no. Let's go visit my brother Rick Grimes.
No.
Some stupid shit like that. Be funny as hell, though.
Yeah.
No. But, I mean, I think it has potential. Will it be as good as the other one?
Well, like I said.
Probably not. We'll see.
There was like, episode 1 and 2 were really cool. And then 3, 4, not so good.
The whole thing in the...
But 6 was awesome.
The whole thing in the, like, little community they tried to build was just kind of like... filler.
It's like, goddamn, let's go.
Yeah, I was just like, I know this isn't gonna work.
Yeah,
like let's just get out of this.
Yeah, that was the problem. Now, again, I thought Ruben Blades, or Ruben Blades, however they want to pronounce it, saved the show for me because there was a minute there where I was like, oh my god, these guys.
He definitely carried it along in the quiet moments when there's not a lot going on.
Plus, he's just gonna be badass.
Yeah,
straight up.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting setting next year when they try to go on a boat. So,
yes, that will be interesting. Last time I saw that in a zombie movie, it didn't work out.
Not so much, no.
I don't know. I think it has potential, but that's really all you can say right about now.
They had Jake from Best Buy in that movie.
What?
The dude's name was Jake in the movie, and he worked at Best Buy. Talking about Dawn of the Dead, right?
Yeah. His name was Jake, and he worked at Best Buy?
Yeah, Jake from Best Buy.
I don't remember them being in a Best Buy in that movie.
That he just told him he worked at a Best Buy.
Oh.
So.
That is a ridiculously small detail to know about
that I remembered.
A movie.
Yeah.
Especially a movie that it's not like you watch it a lot.
And I haven't watched it a lot.
Yeah. So
I just thought it was funny.
No, whatever. So, on to the
main course.
The main course, the actual thing that happened. The Walking Dead.
I knew we were going to talk about this majorly and mostly, so I already saved a bunch of Walking Dead thumbnails to perhaps make for the show this week. So.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, The Walking Dead returned finally. And we got to see Rick in control.
And boy, did it return.
Mm-hmm. Man, I'm telling you what. That was a perfect way to get back into it.
It was, because, and then they've done it before. The whole
flashback.
We're doing this, and then we're flashing back. We're doing this, but the way they did it,
the separation was good.
The black and white and the color being present, black and white in the past, and I like how it started with that. You have no idea what's going on, and they're all in this quarry, and then a truck falls off a cliff, which is ridiculous, and then there's a million. Yeah. There's like 2 million zombies.
Yeah, and they're like, let's go.
We're doing this now.
We're not ready.
It's supposed to be a dry run. Yeah. Fuck that. Let's go.
Yeah, Rick's like, nah. It's time to go.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fucking Abraham's lost his fucking cork, dude. He's gone.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. I thought maybe he was just kind of fuking with her at first, but then the shit he was saying after.
Every time he gets blood on him, he's happy.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he'd do. Yeah. Cudless is funny, though, man.
Yeah, he is.
He cracks me up, but...
well, we're still somewhat transitioning over in The Walking Dead. I will say, though, that as much as I like the original Walking Dead opening music and stuff, I like the Fear the Walking Dead opening better.
What, just...
Yeah.
No, dude.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing
because it fits. If it's in like a fucking scary setting, something's happening, and then something crazy happens right before the credits roll, it's just like... and then the Walking Dead thing comes up, and then that's it. I don't need fucking. I don't need all that. I thought
you were about to get into the Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones is the longest fucking thing ever, and I definitely don't need that.
I honestly, as cool as that music is, I usually fast forward past it.
Oh, I always fast forward past it.
So
I fast forward past everything. Even if the music's cool, I'm gonna fast forward through it.
Yeah. Well,
but I'm just saying.
The Walking Dead. Okay. By the way,
I like the Fear of the Walking Dead.
We are doing. Yeah, you just like it because it's like done.
Yeah. And I think it fit. I like the noise. I feel like that fits like a zombie show noise. So
it does fit.
It's short,
but
maybe it fits better for that.
Pretty soon, that's one of the ideas I have is the top 10 TV show openings ever. The Walking Dead is on there. That has the best opening credit music. I love it. I do. I really do. But anyway,
it's whatever. I mean, it's fine.
We're talking about the fucking credit music. Like, who cares?
I don't even know what the fuck credit music.
24.
Top 10.
It's awesome.
24.
Prison Break had cool stuff.
It's so awesome. No, I'm just kidding. 24 Prison. I don't even remember Prison Breaks.
I don't remember Prison Breaks. Going that big long panning shot over the prison, and it starts with cool music.
Are we talking about like visual and audio?
Yeah, it's the TV show opening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the opening credits.
All right.
To a TV show.
Right.
Could be Friends. You don't know. It doesn't matter.
Seinfeld on there.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just meld our list together like we always did. Yeah. Riding through this world. Yep. Justify could be on there. I mean, there's all kinds of cool stuff.
Like Justified song.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Yep. Anyway, back to The Walking Dead.
I mean, I don't really know what to say, honestly. I mean, it's...
Well, here's a couple interesting...
the setup thing.
How about Ethan Embry being on the show for one episode?
Apparently, this is like the third time he's auditioned.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's what he said on Talking Dead. And he finally got the call back for this one. They're like, he's like, who have you auditioned for? He's like, I don't want to say. He was like, I feel like people be like thinking all these alternative world things. Like, what if you was on the show instead of that character?
Yeah.
So he's like, no, but yeah, no. And you kind of had a feeling he was gonna die the whole time. Rick even said it.
Well, that's the problem. Like,
guy like that's gonna,
Okay, so
like that's not gonna survive anyway.
There's 3 scenes that really stood out for me, and none of them really had any action going on.
Oh, dude, the best scene was by far the one where he walks in on him holding the gun.
Oh, to Eugene. To Eugene. I loved Eugene's 2 scenes in that show. Yeah. They were both good. He hears him, drops the can, and he's like, "Oh, hello."
Yeah. Oh, hello. After he fell over,
yeah,
he's on the ground like, hello. And he's holding the gun up to him, and dude, when that door opens, just split second thoughts of let it be Rick, let it be Rick, let it be Rick, and then Rick walks in like, yes.
And you knew it was about to happen. Yeah, and Rick's just talking him down.
He literally just walks in like,
"What you doing?"
He's like, "What the hell's going on here?" It doesn't say what the hell's going on.
He's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Hey, what the hell are you doing? I'm doing some things.
Oh, you trying to do things?
Yeah. So he just walks in like, "What the fuck?" I thought he was just gonna straight up draw on him and like fucking. Like,
what I really wanted to punch him in the face while he was talking him down, but he took the gun from him. But I thought he was gonna,
and then he just kicked him down.
Just cold cocking. No, he didn't hit him.
I think I swore he did something to get him on his knees.
I mean, maybe he pushed him after he pulled him down. I don't know.
He like kicked his leg or something.
Maybe. I don't know.
He did something to get him on his knees because he had the gun.
I just love that scene that was in the trailer. Which, by the way, there's got to be so much more this season because all of the trailer basically was in that first episode.
Yeah.
But it was so funny when he was like, "You think you're gonna take this community from us?"
Yeah. From Glenn.
From Michonne. From Daryl. From me.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah.
Do you think Morgan's gonna be an adversary this season? think he's going to end up being against
they
Rick.
showed the one that
They were working together though, but they're trying to.
But that's one part of the trailer that wasn't in this episode is when he says Rick is dangerous.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know what bothers me is.
I think they're working together.
He said that's who you are.
I think they're working together, but I think there were times when Rick made some decisions to do things where Morgan did kind of have a look on his face like, what the fuck, man? Like, so, I don't know.
I hear a lot of people chattering on the internet like Rick is a full-on villain at this point. I was like, really? You really think that? No, he just fucking gets it.
Yeah. I don't think he's a full-on villain. I mean, he has very little regard for other people outside of his group. I'll say that much. He's not the kind of guy who's going to see somebody out in the world and just be like, oh, hey, yeah, come on over, take a seat. You know?
He's not.
Live with us.
He's not Glenn anymore.
No, he's not, and Glenn's not Glenn anymore. But I mean,
No, but Glenn is still there. Look at how he embraced Nicholas.
yeah, because he should have killed that guy.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying is Rick would have killed that guy like 5 times by now.
Yep.
But anyway, no, you're right. He's definitely not even where Glenn is now. But at the same time, if you can at least prove that you're not a fucking piece of shit trying to kill them, I don't think he's not gonna kill somebody right away. I mean, you know,
He's not the governor.
he's not the governor who's just fucking killed everybody that was with him all for no reason, didn't he? Didn't he have a bunch of people with him at one point?
Yeah, at the end of season 3 when they go to the gate and they don't get in.
Yeah.
And
he's just like, all right.
he blew everybody away except for Martinez and the black guy.
Yeah, okay. I don't think Rick's doing that, you know?
And then Martinez and that dude just dipped on him.
Yep. Why wouldn't you? I would too.
Yeah, just left him out in the fucking woods.
Peace.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I love this full-on badass Rick that doesn't fucking care. He's going to do what he wants.
Oh. What do you want him to do? Get rid of him?
Yeah.
Fuck that. The show would suck without him at this point. It really would.
Yeah, he drives the plot forward every episode. He's gotten, I think for a while there, he was not very interesting.
No.
And then he got way more interesting.
He is the main character, and everybody else is just supporting characters.
Yeah, absolutely.
At this point,
it's always been that way.
Yeah, but I mean, there was times in the show where there was a lot going on, and he kind of was on the side. But no, it's the Rick show, and we'll see what's going on with everybody else every once in a while.
Yeah, well, I mean, think about it. You got Scott Gimple. Once he took over, it seemed like Rick came back full force.
Yeah,
when he took over from the dude who did season 2 and season 3. But Carol, it's funny that Morgan is perceptive enough to see through her bullshit.
Like, you ready, aren't you? Like, yeah, you know some shit.
You're ready for everything.
Yeah. She's like, oh, you're sweet. She's like, so sweet.
Morgan looks like somebody not to be fucked with, though.
No.
With that little stick he's got.
Yeah, it looks like he's done some extensive training.
When did that happen?
I mean, he's had a lot of time on his hands.
When did you learn how to use that?
Before or after? After?
After everything. Yeah, it's funny the way that they put their little twist on words, those British actors.
Yep. But I don't know, man. I think it came back full force. Way more walkers than has ever been on the show before.
That was an enormous amount of walkers. Ridiculous. And it was a great idea. Did you think that there was something malicious behind him stabbing him in the neck to shut him up? I didn't.
No, I think he just wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and why did Morgan get that look on his face? It doesn't that's starting to bother me a little bit.
He got a look on his face right there, like, damn, dude. Like, it was cold blooded, but
you gotta do what you gotta do. He was gonna die anyway.
Yeah, he was gonna die.
You can't cut his fucking half of his face off to save him.
I think Morgan did kind of go like, damn, that's cold blooded, but at the same time, he did say like, it's the way it's gotta be, like, you know.
Yeah, Rick was like, I don't take chances anymore, and Morgan's like, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
But it bothered me a little bit because they had that chat on the fucking porch where they're talking about, I know you, Rick. You are who you are. You're still that guy. And he clearly doesn't fucking know what Rick is. He wants to believe. Yeah, he wants to believe him, but he's not. He's not the same guy.
No.
The governor in Terminus made sure of that.
Well, neither is Morgan. Yeah, I mean, once the governor chopped Herschel's head off, and
and they had to go with that shit at Terminus.
Yeah, that shit at Terminus, and then the dude wanting to fucking rape and kill his son too, having to bite that guy's fucking neck and kill all those people, fucking stab the guy, just gut him like a fish. And then in Terminus after that.
Yeah, that was the turning point right there for old Rick.
Was definitely the turning point.
So, yeah, because up to that point, he was still, Rick, still believing. Mm-hmm. He said what he said at the fence, and Herschel was like...
Well, I mean, when everybody you come across...
Tries to kill you
and just do awful things to you, eat you, I mean...
Yeah.
Eat you, rape your son, murder you and everyone you know. I mean, of course you're going to start being like that. I would too.
Mm-hmm. You got to do what you got to do. And Morgan let those people go, and they're bad people, and they're going to end up fucking their world up.
Mm-hmm. And the only other thing we haven't really talked about this episode is the horn. Who do you think the horn was?
I have no fucking clue.
I know there's people saying that I either think it's some kind of accident, and it's just that it just happened to happen, or it was the wolves, or it was some other thing we don't know about.
Do you think the wolves? I mean, the wolves know where they're at. They had the pictures from what's it? Aaron? Is that his name? Aaron?
I don't know, but
his backpack.
Well, I mean, they know where they're at, so it was either an accident, it was either them, or it was just something else we don't know about. I know the other theory was that it was the kid, the one dude's son. But why would he do that? His mom and everybody else is still there. I mean, I don't think he'd want to get his mom and his sister.
All I can tell you is that relationship in the comic does not end well.
What, him and that woman?
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't look like it's going to be a good one right now.
Didn't look receptive at all. She was like, fuck off, Rick.
Yeah, kind of. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because in the comic book, she's a catalyst for a huge thing that happens to Carl.
Oh, wow.
Which I don't know if they are going to do that on TV.
Carl. So, I don't know.
There is a little rumor based on this publicity still of Daryl that maybe he gets bitten.
Why? Because he has a bloody hand?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like a chunk of his hand's missing to me.
Yeah, I don't think so. But
plus, he's inside the walls.
Yeah. There's just a theory because in the Walking Dead comic, Rick has his hand cut off by the governor, and they did not do that. Mostly because they didn't want... Like, Robert Kirkman says if he could go back, he wishes he could go back and undo it because that was a big mistake. But...
Why was it a big mistake?
I just thought it really hindered his storytelling because it neutered Rick a little bit.
Yeah.
So there's theories that maybe they're going to do that to Daryl.
Well, that would suck. He won't be able to fucking shoot his bow anymore.
Yeah, it'd be hard. You have to get like a hook or something.
Yeah.
And then Carl in the comic book, he later gets maimed because of Jesse. So what I love about this is it follows loosely. It doesn't actually always do exactly what it does in the comic book, which is what I like the most about the show. So
right.
But I'm excited. I feel like at this point they could almost kind of do, I'm not gonna say do anything, but I think that they've got me like kind of putty in their hands at this point.
Well, I don't think they can do anything. They could definitely ruin the show.
Sure, but I think that they keep making the right decisions, and I'm just like all for it because I hear all these people complaining online about different things. Like you read, different comments on, stuff, and it's just like
please everyone.
It's just like, guys, what more do you want out of a zombie show?
Everyone still watches it, obviously, because it's still going strong.
Yeah, it has probably the highest ratings on TV while it's on. So, yeah. I don't know. And I'm ready for episode 2. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode 2 comes on tonight, too.
Oh.
Did you watch the first episode?
Yes.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. Thought we talked about that already.
I don't think so.
Sure?
Well, we didn't have a podcast after it, did we? No, because it was Tuesday night. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. started last week when we talked. So, essentially, we're not going to really get into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. very much, other than the fact that I like the way that they've changed it.
Yeah, it's better.
So
It's better now.
Yep.
Inhumans and whatnot.
You want me to tell you what I would get rid of is a fan favorite, and that's Ward. I think he's just superfluous at this point.
You would get rid of him.
Yeah.
I like Ward.
I don't know if
He's not like my favorite. I would be fine if they got rid of him.
Yeah.
I like him. The only thing that's shitty about him is like, you have to keep Hydra alive to keep him on there. Otherwise, what the fuck is he?
Yeah, because they're never gonna let him back.
No, I think if they would, the last time he was working with them, if they would let him back in a little bit and then not let him back in Shield, but like, well, we need help. That we need.
If he would have redeemed himself instead of kidnapping fucking Bobby.
Yeah. He could have been like, like maybe like a gun for hire they use every once in a while.
Yeah. Maybe. That could have worked.
Yeah. Not actually just full on Shield member, but But now he's just villain or nothing, so
pretty much.
Oh well.
Yep. So Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s definitely back, so that's cool. Real quick, couple of comments to reply to. The Rhino really liked our top 10 Jack Bauer list. He said excellent list, and his personal favorite is the infamous I'm gonna need a hacksaw kill, which is on Marshall Gorin. Pick some great ones, some I've even forgotten about. Well, thanks for watching our video, Rhino. We have William Torres, who decided to speak in Spanish, so I don't really know what he said here.
Y los expedientes y la mejora de todos los tiempos. Something about the series every time, 24, and the I don't know what that word is.
I'm about to translate. Ready?
Something about 24 and the something every time. The series every time.
See if we can get a translation out of it real quick. Okay. Apparently Google's like, nope.
Why don't you just type in a translator?
Yeah, here we go. Hang on. Do. Don't worry, I'm going to cut this. Damn it. Yeah, Spanish to English. There we go. That's what I want. Enter text. Boom. He says 24 and the X-Files are the best series of all times. Is that what you said?
No, I said something like that. I said it was 24 and something. I didn't know Expedientes was X-Files and Expedientes. Oh, Files X. That's what that is. Expedientes is Files X. Las Mejores. So that's like the best. Oh yeah, yeah, the best series of all. I didn't know that was all time. I knew it was something time though. So
sweet. Your Spanish is still pretty decent.
I was able to at least somewhat read that.
Yeah. On last week's podcast, we got a comment saying Drake Hay has been shaky this year. A little bit. Talking about Drake Kirkpatrick for the Bengals.
Oh.
A little bit.
Yes,
but he's been good enough. So
serviceable.
He has been serviceable. He does get burnt more than he should though. So Mess Age, that's two different words, not message. King Kong versus Godzilla movie commentary. The comment is Suzuki versus Chrysler. So Godzilla shrunk or King Kong grew? How? What?
Well, I think it was obvious that King Kong grew because they were both still, crushing cars and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's that was always
that's movie magic.
It was always a good question because they're even talking about doing a King Kong versus Godzilla now.
Yeah.
And it's like, how the fuck are they going to do that? Because if they keep going in that same, if it's supposed to be a continuation from Skull Island, which is supposed to happen still, and the Godzilla movie that happened, King Kong's going to have to be the same size of buildings. So
right. Which he was not even close to the size of buildings in King Kong by Peter Jackson.
Really. Well, even the original King Kong, he wasn't.
Right.
He climbed up a building. He wasn't the size of the building.
I mean, he was huge, but he's not huge in comparison to Godzilla.
Oh no, Godzilla is weirdly big.
In the new Godzilla movie, yeah.
Yeah.
He's extremely big.
Well, I mean, Godzilla was always big like that.
Yeah.
But it's just weird that Godzilla is that big, I guess is what I'm saying. If he's supposed to be a dinosaur, why is he so fucking big?
Yeah.
Dinosaurs weren't that fucking big.
No. Anyway.
King Kong fights dinosaurs in the Peter Jackson
He
movie.
did. He
That
did.
was
He fought
badass.
2 T-Rexes.
Ripped one in
3
half.
T-Rexes.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
That was badass.
Yep.
Anyway, I don't know what happened with that.
The final comment
age.
from Wheelie1988, who must be a car enthusiast because, Wheelie. T2 and Fast and Furious 5, he does agree with on that list, but the others
his
he's
name
not
is
so
Wheeler.
sure about. Could be. I don't know.
There's other ones out there.
But I get it. The top 10 car list that we put together is definitely our own kind of thoughts of it. So, and it's modern. It's very modern. It's not like old school stuff like Bullet or anything like that. So,
Right. But if he likes T2 and Fast 5, obviously he likes some more modern stuff.
yes.
Well, I mean, it's opinion. My question is are you asking us if you're not sure about it, or are you not sure about it? Because he said
there's a question
T2
mark.
and Fast and Furious 5, I agree with. The others not too sure about, though? It's a question mark at the end. So it's like he's asking us if we're sure about them. Yeah, we're sure
Yeah,
about them.
but we made the list in the video, so yeah.
I don't know if you're sure about them or not. I don't think you know.
I don't think you know what you're doing.
But thanks for commenting and watching.
Yes, thanks for commenting and watching. We appreciate
Not
it.
so sure, though?
Not so sure.
Thanks for commenting?
Thanks for coming to our page. Maybe.
Thanks for commenting? I don't...
Oh yeah, you got a little bit going on there.
Well, man, this was fun.
It was fun.
Keep all your
Let's do
comments
this again sometime.
and keep commenting, keep subscribing, sharing, watching,
Hey, you're
listening,
doing my thing. Sweet.
blah 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 blah. Just trying to help you out
I appreciate that.
because I'm doing my thing where I'm intro and outroing.
If you like this video, hit like. If you like our page, please subscribe.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was the Super Wheeler Bros podcast for this week. I'm Jake Wheeler.
And I'm Mike Wheeler.
Have a super week.
Bye bye.